Alright, hello everybody, and welcome to the Monday Night Raw review for January 25th, 2016. Now, this is the post-Raw from the Royal Rumble last night, where we crowned a new WWE World Heavyweight Champion, and also a new United States Champion, but that's not that as big. Vince and Stephanie kick off the show. They talk about how they physically broke Roman Reigns, they crushed him, they ruined him. And then Vince says, I'm going to confess something for the first time in WWE history. He confesses that he loves the misery of others, and that's why he did what he did to Roman Reigns. They introduced the new champ, Triple H, and he comes out with a suit, then he unbuttons his suit, and he has the championship, and then he does the water thing, like the spit on the ropes. He does that in the suit, which looks kind of cool, I guess. He says that Roman could have been the best. He could have. But the reason he's not is because he lacks respect. He says, no one in the WWE, no one on the face of the earth disrespects Vince McMahon. Especially if you're in his company. Vince, he says that Vince should be known as a god because he created all of this. Now, I know he didn't create the original idea of all of it, but ever since he took over, he's been amazing, which is true. Vince is the mastermind behind it all. He says he doesn't need to be the champ because he's already had an amazing career. Before yesterday, he was a 13-time champion. He had successfully transition from being one of the greatest competitors in the ring to being one of the greatest businessmen in the WWE. He is the man behind NXT. He doesn't need the championship, but he wants the championship because people like Roman Reigns want the championship, and people like Roman Reigns don't deserve the championship because they don't have respect for anything. He says he will be the champ as long as he says so. And he says he will be the champ until people like Roman Reigns and the rest of the locker room can learn some respect. After that, Stephanie goes on to say that by the end of the night, they are going to watch all the superstars' matches. And by the end of the night, they will have the main event for Fastlane announced. And the main event of Fastlane will be a #1 contenders match to see who goes on and faces Triple H at WrestleMania. Goes to commercial. When the show comes back, Dolph Ziggler versus Kevin Owens for like the 700th time. Don't know why they keep giving us this match. Dolph starts out with a super kick. Like as soon as the bell rings, super kicks Kevin Owens, gets a 2 count. Kevin Owens then takes over as he should. He throws Dolph Ziggler out of the ring. Dolph hits a famouser 2 count. Dolph hits another super kick 2 count. Owens then hits a pop-up powerbomb and gets the win. I didn't feel like writing that much about this match because we've seen it so many times, and Kevin Owens wins almost every single time, so there's that. The Social Outcasts call out Flo Rida. Flo Rida was in the ring, well, in the crowd because the Raw was in Miami, Florida. Flo Rida's from Florida. Obviously, his name is Florida. But the main reason this whole segment was a thing was because they announced that My House by Flo Rida is the theme song for WrestleMania. So that's why this took place. Heath Slater challenges Flo Rida to a rap battle, but he's not going to be the one who raps. They announced Bo Rida, and it's Bo versus Flo in a rap battle. While like Bo does his thing, it's stupid as always, and Flo Rida, he does a little rap, and while he's rapping, he ends it with a introduction to the Dudleys, and then we get the Social Outcasts versus the Dudleys, and what I have written down is boring match, didn't really care to watch, and then I have 3D on Curtis Axel. After like 3 minutes, match sucked. Dudleys get the win. The next match was one that I'm so happy I get to write about. Before this match, there's a little backstage segment where Chris Jericho walks up to AJ Styles during his interview and he says, Welcome to the business, kid. This is your chance to prove to the world that you can hang with the big dogs. We get Chris Jericho versus AJ Styles in his Raw debut. AJ Styles gets a huge evasion. I really like his entrance. The song they have for him is perfect. As soon as the match starts, this is awesome chance just happened just because the fact that AJ Styles and Chris Jericho are fighting on Monday Night Raw. That's amazing. AJ takes over. Jericho soon hits a springboard dropkick to AJ, knocking him out of the ring. Jericho goes for the walls, but AJ reverses it into a slam of his own. Jericho then hits an enziguri and gets a 2 count. Styles jumps off the top rope and punches Jericho in the face. He gets a 2 count. Jericho puts the walls on AJ, but AJ, it looked like AJ was gonna tap. Like he wiggles his hand right before he grabs on the rope. It looked like he was gonna do it, but I was hoping he wasn't, because that'd be stupid to have AJ Styles lose any match, really. He eventually gets to the ropes. Styles goes for a splash. Jericho moves. Jericho goes for a lion salt. AJ puts his knees up, and then AJ goes for the Styles clash. Jericho reverses that into a pin. AJ reverses the pin into a pin for the win. AJ Styles and Jericho then shake hands. AJ goes to walk away. Chris Jericho pulls him back, and they have a stare down, and then Chris Jericho leaves. So we could possibly get a Chris Jericho AJ match. Don't know what they're gonna do with that, if they're gonna do anything with it, or they were just showing like Chris Jericho respects AJ Styles. I don't know. Sasha Banks versus Becky Lynch. This match was set up because last night Charlotte beat Becky. Sasha Banks came out and she kicked Becky, and then she beat up Charlotte. Becky goes right for Sasha Banks. As soon as the match started, instantly NXT chants fill the arena, which is granted, they should. Sasha eventually gets control back of the match. Becky takes Sasha to Suplex City a few times. Not like German suplexes, different suplexes, but she does it. She gets a 2 count. Becky puts an armbar on Sasha, and Sasha turns it into a pin, which Becky eventually kicks out. Sasha puts the bank statement on Becky. Charlotte then comes out and she kicks Sasha out of the ring, and then starts beating up Becky. Sasha gets back in the ring, and she starts hitting Charlotte, but Charlotte eventually gets the upper hand, and she stands tall. Sasha gets the win because she was hit first, but both women get attacked. I'm seeing a possible Divas triple threat match for WrestleMania. Why not? It'd be great. I'd like to see it. Now, this next match, I don't know why it happened. No one cared. No one gave a literal shit. The crowd was... Now, I'm going to go over what the crowd was focused on, because in the next segment, it's a big part. The crowd was focused on 4 guys in the crowd. One was dressed up as The Rock, one was dressed up as The Undertaker, one was dressed up as Hulk Hogan, and one was dressed up as Macho Man Randy Savage. And they were cheering like Macho Man the whole match. And actually, during the match, the security moved them on the other side of the camera so they're not in the view of people. Anyway, Kane versus Bray Wyatt. Not sure why we got this match. Kane takes over early for some reason. That doesn't last too long. Bray takes over as he should. Crowd doesn't care. They cheer for Brock Lesnar because they want that. And then the Macho Man thing happens and they start cheering for that. Bray soon hits his sister Abigail for the win, and then they attack Kane, and Braun Strowman chokes him out. Now, this next segment was the best part of Monday Night Raw. No doubt, the best segment, the best part of the whole show. All night they were talking about rumors of a big star coming back, and there's a limo pulled up, and they open up the limo, and The Miz comes out. And The Miz is like, I've been gone for 3 weeks. This is a huge return. And then a big truck pulls up, and The Rock gets out, and he makes his return. And he's walking through the backstage. He sees the Big Show. He's like, hey, Big Show, remember that Royal Rumble victory I had over you? Yeah, I think you really won. You should have been the guy. You should have been the man. You should have been all these things. And he goes on to say that the director for the Mummy said that if Big Show would have won, he would have been the Scorpion King. He would have been the big movie star. But instead it was The Rock. Oh well. And then he keeps walking. He sees Lana. He talks about how him and Lana had some stuff. They did some stuff in a hotel room. Rusev comes over. He's not too happy. Then The Rock, he comes out. And he comes out into the ring. And he's in Miami, his hometown. And he's talking about WrestleMania. And he sees the 4 gentlemen that I talked about in the last match. The Taker, Hogan, Macho Man, and The Rock. And he goes over and he's like, this is where we go off the script. And he turns the camera guy around. He goes down the crowd. He asks them what their name is and who they're portraying. And they have like a little moment. It was something you don't normally see, but he's The Rock. He can do whatever the hell he wants. And then the New Day come out, and they say how there's no way he can be the People's Champ when he has no gold. And The Rock says that he doesn't understand how the New Day can be so entertaining, yet they walk around with llama penises on their head, referring to the unicorn horns. And then the New Day go on to say, he's like, you can't say penis on TV, and then like, you can't say penis on TV. They go like a whole thing with that. And The Rock says, why don't you guys get in the ring and step in the ring with The Rock? And New Day's like, no, we're not doing that. They start to walk out. The Rock calls them unibitches, and The Rock's like, you know what? I got plan B. And that plan B is family. And the Usos come out and they start beating up the New Day. And then the Kofi and Big E, they both get rock bottomed. And Xavier Woods gets the people's elbow. This next match, I think this next match was only made to talk about something that was announced today. It's Paige and Natalya versus Brie Bella and Alicia Fox. This match, literally 2 minutes. Neither team got entrances, but all the announcers talked about was this breaking news that happened today. Nikki Bella is I don't know if it's this week or she's getting surgery that is possible career ending. So we could have seen the last of Nikki Bella whenever the last time she was in the ring. That could have been the last time. She's getting neck surgery. It could be career ending. I'm pretty sure that's the only reason this match was made. Paige gets the win with the Rampage after 2 minutes. If it is career ending, I mean, she had a good career. She's the longest reigning Divas champion, so that's something to look for. Hopefully, I mean, I don't like her. She's like, I didn't really like her, but no, you don't like to see anybody have career-ending injuries. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the main reason for that match. The Miz then comes out because he was rudely interrupted by The Rock earlier. He says he hates getting interrupted, whether it's on Miz TV, backstage, and as he's going on about his rant, Kalisto comes out and interrupts him. It sets up a match, Miz versus Kalisto. Miz takes over first for some reason. I don't know why. Kalisto then does Kalisto-like things, and he gains upper hand. He hits a crossbody on the Miz and gets a 2 count. Miz jumps off the top rope, punching Kalisto in the face. 1, 2, kick out. Miz hits a DDT. 1, 2, kick out. Miz goes for the skull-crushing finale, which Kalisto somehow reverses into a Salida del Sol. 1, 2, 3. Your new United States champion gets the win. The first win. His first win as United States champion, because the last time he was United States champion, he literally lost it his next match, which was the worst booking idea. That was stupid. The main event: Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose versus Rusev and Sheamus. Don't know why we got this match, but we did. So I guess we can enjoy it. I mean, it wasn't bad. They don't give bad matches, but we see this a lot. I know we haven't seen Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose tag in a few months, I want to say, but still, we see this a lot. Roman Reigns goes right after Sheamus, beating him in the corner. Dean comes in, he gets some punches in, tags Roman back in. Dean comes back in, he takes Sheamus and, well, actually, no. As soon as he tags Roman in, he gets on top rope and takes out Sheamus and Rusev by jumping on them. Goes to a commercial break where most of the match took place during the commercial. Sheamus takes over during that commercial. Dean Ambrose comes in and he starts to beat down Sheamus while the ref is dealing with Roman Reigns. Del Rio throws Dean Ambrose over the barricade into the timekeeper's arena area, and Rusev starts to beat down Dean outside of the ring. Rusev suplexes Dean a few times and gets a 2 count. Dean hits a big clothesline on Sheamus after being brutally attacked by both Rusev and Sheamus, and he finally tags in Roman. Roman kicks Rusev in the face and then hits him with the drive-by. Roman gets distracted and by King Barrett and Alberto Del Rio, and he turns into a brogue kick. 1, 2, Dean Ambrose comes in and saves the day. Roman then hits a spear on Sheamus for the win. And then after the match, they had the French announce table and the normal announce table out. Dean Ambrose takes off all the stuff, all the cameras and the overlay. He takes it off, and he puts Rusev on the French announce table. And Roman gets on the French announce table, and so does Dean. And they super powerbomb Rusev through the announce table. Stephanie then comes out as soon as that's done, and she's like, you know what? That was very impressive. That was so impressive that I think it's time we announce the main event for Fastlane. The main event for Fastlane will have Dean Ambrose versus Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar in a triple threat #1 contenders match. Now oh my god, this match sounds amazing. This match, the only thing that could make this match better is that if I was actually able to go to Fastlane, because Fastlane is in Cleveland. I go to school in Cleveland. Cleveland's an hour away, but I couldn't get tickets. So I have to watch it at home. I have to watch Dean Ambrose versus Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar at home. It sucks. It really does. But during the show, they announced that NXT Live's coming to Cleveland in March, so hopefully I can go to that. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, the Fastlane main event is Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, and Brock Lesnar in a triple threat match to see who goes on to WrestleMania to fight the game Triple H for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. That has been my review for Monday Night Raw. Leave a like for AJ Styles getting his first win in the WWE and the return of The Rock, the great one. But thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Cam Collins Cody, and I'll see you guys next time. Toodles.